Class number 1, Introduction. The definition of experience design is utilization of design thinking principles to create a meaningful and even transformative experience for yourself, family, and friends. In class number 2, Positive Psychology, that happiness makes you live longer. People like to be around you. Class number 3, called Flourishing, my takeaway was the elements of well-being: positive emotion, engagement, meaning, positive relationships, and accomplishments. In class number 4, called Achieving Authentic Happiness, my takeaway was forgiveness equals health. So when you're forgiving, you're less angry, less stressed, more optimistic, and have better reported overall health. In class number 5, the How of Happiness, pursuit versus creating happiness. So looking for happiness versus creating your happiness was my takeaway. In class number 6, Positivity and Love 2.0, the definition of love is coming most fully alive and feeling most human, and becoming sincerely invested in this other person's well-being simply for his or her own sake. In class number 7, Flow, my takeaway was flow is being in the zone, optimal human experience, losing track of time while you're playing an instrument or singing. In class number 8, Meaning and Achievement, the takeaway was the happy life versus the meaningful life, like ice cream versus raising kids. Ice cream gives you temporary joy or happiness, and raising kids gives you lasting happiness and joy and a meaningful life. Class number 7, Happiest Places in the World. I thought it was really cool to learn about the happiest places in the world, like Mexico, where they rely on family and friendships, faith in the church, and capacity to laugh at the face of hardship and find the bright side. Class number 10, Why Do We Do What We Do? This was really cool to me. Autonomous versus controlled motivation. So when you are intrinsically motivated, you're given a choice and sensitively offered non-controlling rewards. But when you lack intrinsic motivation, it's due to threats or competition. So I've experienced this in my life as well. I am more likely to learn about a complex topic on my own free will and choice than if I am bribed to do so or something. In class number 11, the self-determination theory was the definition of this was concerned with supporting our natural or intrinsic tendencies to behave in effective and healthy ways. In class number 12, time famine, my takeaway was that we shouldn't be so busy all the time, that we should be spending more of our time doing things of eternal significance. And there were amazing quotes from that class. In class number 13, called Take Back Your Time, it's important that kids have free time for fun. And since 1980, 3-year-olds to 12-year-olds have lost 12 hours per week of their free time, which is scary. I'm not going to do that when I'm a parent. In class number 14, called Building a Good Life, the definition of loneliness is pain of being alone, and solitude expresses glory of being alone. So we need to learn how to enjoy being alone and in our own free time, rather than being on Facebook all the time. In class number 15, internal families. Family meals are very important, and kids who dine with parents or family are healthier, happier, and get better grades. In class number 16, family rituals. My takeaway was a funny tip that when an anniversary is coming up, you actually discuss that with your significant other so that you're not disappointed when it comes around and somebody forgets. So that's actually recommended. In class number 17, called The Last Child in the Woods, my takeaway was that we have criminalized playing outside, and kids don't look to the outdoors to find entertainment anymore, and they don't actually know what to do when they're out there, which is kind of scary. So teach your kids to play outside. In class number 18, Experience Economy and Experience Staging, my takeaway was the way to create a great experience is leaving the customers with great memories of the place. So when you have your own restaurant, create an environment and a community of people working together to help the customers leave with positive memories of the place. In class number 19, fostering empathy, the warning signs of inward mindset are focusing on my results instead of our results, a desire to be justified instead of helpful. So just look out for that. Class number 20, called design thinking. The best way to design something or your life is through prototyping and doing something you're thinking of doing, and learning how to reframe your mind from doubt and fear to hope and abilities. In class number 21, called Designing Your Life, Introduction, my takeaway was that 80% of people of all ages don't really know what they are passionate about. So don't get all discouraged or beat yourself up when you don't know what you're passionate about. In class number 22, called Design Your Life, Wayfinding and Odyssey, my takeaway was the reframing that you can do. For the dysfunctional belief, for example, I'm stuck, you can reframe your thinking to I'm never stuck because I can always generate a lot of ideas. And I'm a little over time, but I'm almost done. The second dysfunctional belief, which I thought was really cool, was I have to find the right idea. And the reframe was I need a lot of ideas so that I can explore any number of possibilities. So don't limit yourself. You don't need to find the one. In class 23, Design Your Life, Prototyping, my takeaway from that class was that prototyping is all about asking lots of good questions. When you put yourself in a situation that helps you figure out what you want to do with your life, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask tons of questions, because that is the quickest way to allow yourself to try something, fail rapidly without overinvestment, and to just become enlightened, I guess. And in class number 24, the last class of the semester, called Designing Your Life, choosing happiness, the takeaway is that there is no right choice, only good choosing. You make the good life by choosing happiness.